Dylan Fonsbeck and Holden Harris are set to tip as we get underway with state tournament basketball. That tip-off is brought to you by the United Mine Workers of America, a powerful voice since 1890, the union for all workers. Ridge Lundgren skies for the offensive rebound, rolls off, fought for, brought down by Grohl. The Rebels set back out, but an inside pass is unable to be handled, and the Buffaloes take it the other way. Chamberlain inside to Harris. He goes to work, loses it in the air, but he's fouled on the way up, so it'll be 2 free throws for Holden Harris.
If I'm looking into this court, I'm seeing Harris towering above everyone else, and I'm very concertedly putting the ball into his hands and seeing if I can draw foul trouble and some pressure, get a rhythm to the game, and shoot free throws.
And that's one thing that Coach Hoyt for Valley felt good about going into this game. He said, we have a great point guard in Amari House, and we also have a big guy in Harris, so they're fortunate to have a great ball handler as well as a great big guy inside.
Free throw looked good, too. Don't always see that from big guys.
2-for-2 trip from Holden Harris at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Lundgren attacks inside, a great find underneath on the baseline, but Harris comes in to swat the Holmes layup away. Great play. Chamberlain inside, gets stuck in the corner to Payson Harris for 3 off the back iron. Fonsbeck outlets to Scott. Scott takes it inside, a little floater, kisses off the front rim and drops.
Quick pace to this one, Tyler.
It is back and forth. Inside, some contact. Payson Harris is off the mark. Scott takes it the other way. Into some contact, and he'll get 2 free throws. Let's send it over to Mark Tebbs for our sideline report.
Hey guys, I was able to catch up with Coach Owen Hoyt there before the game. Asked him, hey, you got a tough lineup coming in and playing against number 1 Rich. He says, yeah, he was aware of that obviously, but he's confident if they can just play their style of basketball, push the ball, play good defense, that they can be successful. So he's really optimistic as going into this game. So turn it back to you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. That is the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games Sideline Report. Go to utahsummergames.org to register today. Both free throws were good from Rich on the other end, and Holden Harris goes back to work. He's got all 4 for the Buffaloes. Rich quickly the other way. It's Lundgren who gets a give-and-go pass from Fonsbeck, and he'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Looks like the zone kind of retreating out of pressure is exploitable, and you've seen Scott get to the line as well as score a bunny, and there's Lundgren slashing through it. Wonder if the zone kind of changes when they retreat out of that full court pressure.
First free throw for Lundgren is good. 3rd trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Everybody's been perfect.
It's a lot of pressure, but he lived up to it.
We had to test him early. This tournament's filled with pressure, so we know Ridge is one of those players that's used to the pressure. Some full court pressure here, barely handled by Valley. House, a good find down low inside, and it's Weston Baird who goes reverse for 2.
Only 1 outside jump shot taken by either team so far. Both teams kind of extending pressure, and you're seeing there's very little settling.
Lundgren for 3, and he buries it. So a fast start for both sides, and Ridge Lundgren has 5 quick points. Back the other way, Amari House goes, and Coach Hoyt wants a timeout as both sides are feeling it early. We'll go to break on state championship basketball, brought to you by Garfield Ready Mix on 1aball.com.
Welcome to Kingston, Southern Utah's launch point and home of the free to wander. where you stay to go. Over coral paint clouds of sand to 3 national parks. Through hidden walkways and otherworldly landscapes, where you can pump the brakes or punch the gas. Base Camp Kanab. Stay here to go anywhere.
Welcome back from the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. State Bank of Southern Utah, focused on our community since 1957. Rich leads early 9-8. It's been a back-and-forth battle as Ridge goes inside. The floater no good. Grohl fights for the rebound, and a tie-up will be called. It favors Valley.
Love what I'm seeing from the best players on each team really being decisive early on. Harris, of course, getting downhill, and Scott and Lundgren for Rich getting downhill and scoring easy shots. That one was a miss, but you'll never complain about that look for Lundgren.
Yeah, and one thing that has stood out early, too, between Lundgren and House, the ball handlers, as Chamberlain stops for a jumper, which is good, is Lundgren and House, they've been able to distribute and find teammates for open looks. Fonsbeck too strong and knocks it out of bounds. It will go back to Valley.
And you're absolutely right. And you're seeing neither team struggle with turnovers against this pressure, which, of course, is meant to slow a team down or speed a team up. And so far, neither team's been bothered by the pressure and getting right into the offense that they want with their best players generating good looks.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 starters for Valley have already scored, so they're spreading it around. And there we go, and a turnover. As we're talking about them handling the pressure, it's Jet Holmes who gets the turnover and the 2. House against Lundgren. That's a great matchup. Lundgren is one of the best on-ball defenders. House gets by him, finds Harris inside. He faces a triple team, still attacks it, and loses it off his knee. Goes back to the Rebels.
Equals extra points.
And it's been Grohl who's been doing a lot of that work inside. Everybody's been attacking the glass. Their guards do a great job at being active on the offensive glass.
Grohl's already got 3 rebounds by my count, averages 3 per game, so he's been very active.
Misses both free throws. Ball knocked out of bounds off Rich. Carter Scott will check into the game for Grohl. Cade Nelson and Aiden Weston have also checked in for Rich off the bench. Nearly turned over, and it is. Lundgren gets it. That's a dump off to Nelson, who loses it, and Holden Harris grabs it.
Got to be strong with the ball. Both teams a little feeble with the ball there, and lucky to avoid basket there. Given up was Bryce Valley.
Harris, a quick move.
Was Valley.
As you talk about, once those big guys get it inside, you're going to face a swarm, so you have to go quick. Scott, open for 3, left wing, leaves it short. Chamberlain grabs the miss and takes a bump from Cade Nelson. Just the second Rich team foul.
Interesting to see how the team fouls can come into differentiate these teams, because you want to make sure your best players don't get in foul trouble, but the pressure is relentless. And at the top of the attack, you're seeing Lundgren and House battling it out, battling the pressure.
House, a great find. We've seen that play earlier. Weston Baird misses. They grab it back for Valley. Oh, House, a great move inside. He had a little English, flips it in for 2.
Living in the paint. House has been spectacular thus far.
Lundgren thinks about a 3, decides to cross over as he goes inside, faces some pressure, will kick it back out. Scott looks to attack Chamberlain. Outside corner, Weston back up to Lundgren. 13 on the clock. Lundgren pulls up straight away, and he's off. He hit that 1-3 earlier, but has missed a couple since.
That one was more set on a catch and shoot that he hit. The others have been dribble in, and I think you're seeing more high-quality shots generated by House by driving versus the settles from 3 for Lundgren. See if he can get going right here at the layup.
He does. He finishes it, and the foul. It was set up by Jet Holmes, who forced the turnover and a big play for Rich to take back the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth affair, Tyler. By my count, we got 7 lead changes already.
It has been back and forth. No team has been able to find any separation. You know, Coach Hoyt before the game talked about Rich Lundgren and how he knows he's going to score. He's going to get his points. They just don't want him, you know, to have uncontested shots. They don't want him to go for 25. He knows they'll score. They just want to try to keep him below his average.
Scores 20 per game, has hit 43 threes on the season, which is good for 2 per game. And he's got one of those, but I think he's at his best going downhill and creating just havoc on the other end.
Great move by House. Drops it off inside to Hogan Harris, who comes in off the bench, and he has his first 2. Lundgren over to Fonsbeck for 3. That rims out, so Rich can't get anything to fall from outside aside from that Ridge Lundgren 3. Harris inside, looks across to Hogan Harris. That time it's Holden Harris who's off the mark. So we've got Holden, Payson, and Hogan. 3 Harrises on the floor for Valley. Lundgren, there he goes, attacking inside. Fades away near the free throw line and can't get it to drop.
Good recovery to make that a difficult shot. He's able to get into the paint, but there has been a lot of bodies kind of constricting around him once he does get into the teeth of defense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's, you know, one of the best ball handlers. We have 2 of the best in Amari House and Ridge Lundgren in this game, and we've seen Lundgren get inside, but Valley's been prepared for that.
I've been very impressed with House on the other end and just his unselfishness. You see a guy who scores 16 per game, you typically expect him to be early and active shooting the ball, and he's been getting his teammates involved, and he's only pulled that 1 deep 3, and it's been drive, dump off, get everyone layups, and build the momentum. Lundgren's been on a mission to score the ball, and he's been a little inefficient, but he's certainly getting to spots, and you expect him to pick up the efficiency as it goes along.
Yeah, teams started out, you know, the pace was quick. Teams were scoring. It slowed down a little bit in terms of the efficiency, but still good offensive movement and good looks for teams. The defenses have tightened up. Chamberlain drives inside, gets it swatted away, but takes a bump from Carter Grohl, so he'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Dylan Wasden has checked in for Rich. Ridge Lundgren will sit out the remaining 45 seconds of this first quarter. He went out just before that possession.
And we spoke to the coaches, and Chamberlain was highlighted by each about his shooting ability and ability to kind of supplement the attack of House and Harris. So he plays a key role in both eyes of both coaches, which is funny to hear both coaches highlight a guy that's not the number one option. It's like, hey, we need to take away this guy, and also we need a good game from this guy. It's fun to see coaches really know their teams inside and out and love the preparation in the state tournament.
Exactly, and that's, you know, Coach Cornea, he mentioned it's hard for us to scout these teams in Region 20 because we're so far away and we can watch the film, but in person everything looks different. And, you know, when you get to this winner-take-all, a lot of times you're focused on, hey, we need to shut down that number one option, and so it's the other guys that make the difference. Chamberlain was 1 for 2 on his trip. The corner 3 by Weston, no good, and Connor Smith, who has checked into the game, grabs the miss. Shot clock turned off, 15 seconds in the quarter. House attacks inside, off the side of the backboard. The Rebels go the other way. It's Scott, skies high, lays it up and in high off the glass to give Rich the lead after the first quarter. It's 16-15 in a back-and-forth battle on state championship basketball. Brought to you by Harward and Reese Construction on KSLSports.com.
Ball and Lamb Excavating, located in Orderville, Utah, wishes all teams the best of luck in the postseason. Lamb Excavating can help you with all of your excavation. 4A-2318. Now let's play some ball.
No matter where life leads you as a Valley Buffalo, always remember that all roads lead home to the town of Orderville. Wishing the Buffaloes success in the tournaments. It's that time of year again where we're cheering on our hometown teams. The town of Randolph would like to wish the Rich Rebels good luck at the state tournament. Go Rebels!
Welcome back inside the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth. Warmth you can rely on, powered by family, fueled by trust. I'm Tyler Gibb with Leaf Tulane, Elizabeth Ahlstrom, our producer. Lundgren back in the game to start the second quarter. He takes a pair of screens. Back out to Scott for three. Off the mark. Fonsbeck cleans up the miss and puts it back for two. Offensive rebounding has been a story so far for Rich. House kicks it over to Hogan Harris, too strong. Holden fights for the rebound, and it's scooped up by Connor Smith. Great pass down low from House to Hogan Harris, who puts it in for two.
House is doing such a nice job getting into the teeth of the defense and distributing to others.
First two possessions, a pair of offensive rebounds and second chance points. Ridge inbounds, circles back around to Ridge in the opposite corner for three. Good ball movement. It's Fonsbeck for three in the corner. Ridge skies in another offensive rebound. Gets a look in the other corner. Ridge Lundgren knocks down his second Bryce Canyon City three.
And he's got 11 points, 2 threes, and the two he's made have been catch and shoot. He's set his feet and gotten a little more arc on it. Those extra chances, Tyler, paying dividends.
The offensive glass, a big story early in this one and in this second quarter. Rich gets a fast break opportunity and unable to bring down the pass is Ridge. That is a Henry's drive fast break that was stopped with a turnover.
Momentum was starting to build for Rich there, and that turnover kind of quells the momentum. See if Valley can find some offense. Wonder if House tries to call his own number a little bit here.
They work it around the perimeter. It's Chamberlain who gets a good look in the corner. Just misses and tapped out of bounds. It will stay with Valley. You have to be happy with that look, though, if you're the Buffaloes.
Yeah, good looks from both sides. The three ball hasn't fallen much. Ridge Lundgren has hit 2 threes out of, I believe, 5 attempts, and a couple open ones from Fonsbeck haven't fallen either.
House gets his pass deflected inside, so it's a turnover going the other way for Rich. Lundgren inside. You see that athleticism and the body control, able to finish over a couple Buffaloes for two.
9-2 run in favor of Rich, and Lundgren's been central to it.
He's got 13 already. Coach Hoyt wants to take a timeout to talk things over on state championship basketball. Brought to you by Garcane Propane on KSLSports.com.
Blake and Jolene Harris with Red Hollow Trucking want to wish all the athletes good luck in the postseason. Let's go, Buffaloes. Coleman and Sage Sorensen are excited to assist you with any of your butchering needs. They are locally owned and operated in Orderville, Utah. They are a custom-exempt shop specializing in farm animals and wild game. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram. Spring Hollow Trucking. We haul cattle and our buffaloes all over. We want to wish the Valley Buffaloes good luck in the postseason. Go get them, Buffaloes.
Welcome back from the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. State Bank is proud to support the future leaders of our community. Leaf, it's time for some Fab Rats trivia. Our Fab Rats trivia question for this game is, who is the most likely of the 5 to get bleeped out in a video?
Great question.
Email your answer to uhsslive@gmail.com to be entered into a raffle to win a sweet swag package at the end of the tournament. That's uhsslive@gmail.com. Rich quickly going the other way. off the mark is Aiden Weston, and the Buffaloes will turn it back. Weston Baird nearly had it knocked loose. Chamberlain attacks on Lundgren. Nowhere to go with it. Bounces it back out, and Payson Harris grabs it. Chamberlain, a good move on Lundgren, and skies it up in the air. A teardrop in for two.
Much needed basket as Ridge Lundgren had much of a dominant impact at the end of that surge, and all of a sudden momentum started to creep in favor of Rich, and all of a sudden Valley finds its answer.
And that was a tough move by Chamberlain going up against Lundgren. He's a tough guy to get around, but a tough finish for Chamberlain, and Valley gets a stop on the other end. A chance to swing some momentum back in their favor. Trying to find Holden Harris inside, but Ridge Lundgren sniffed it out, comes away with the turnover. Weston Baird thought about a three, gives it over to Scott, who has a much more open look, and he misses. Chamberlain lost the rebound, but it was last off of Fonsbeck. Pretty fortunate break there for Valley.
For sure, and Rich has to be delighted with the threes they've missed, honestly. I mean, Lundgren's hit 2 threes, and those are the only 2 they've made, but you could argue the Scott and Fonsbeck looks have been even better, and once they hit those, you feel like momentum is on their side because Valley's had a hard time getting the ball inside recently.
And they're not bad misses either. Most of them are in and out or look like they could fall. Valley inside. It's going to be Payson Harris called for the charge. Carter Scott was the one who got set in time.
Great rotation defensively. Ran the shooter off the line, and then the help defender was sitting outside the restricted arc, which I know doesn't matter in high school basketball. It's still fun to see the rotation be so crisp and on time.
Valley has yet to knock down a Bryce Canyon City three, and really they haven't taken a whole lot. Rich, on the other end, they've taken a good handful of threes. They've seen a few fall. Lundgren inside to Fonsbeck. A little too strong. Holmes tries to save it, but his toe was on the line as he did, so it will go back to the Buffaloes.
Nearly another second chance opportunity.
Valley trails by 4 midway through this second quarter. Valley comes in as the 8 seed, facing the top-seeded Rich Rebels. Holden, a three on the right side. The first Bryce Canyon City three for the Buffaloes is nothing but net.
And it trims the deficit to 1. They needed that one.
That was Payson on the three. Lundgren, a step back, a beautiful move, and he answers right back. Lundgren up to 8 points in this quarter and 16 on the game, so he's nearly at his season average just in this first half.
And he scored the last 8.
Chamberlain, step back three on the other side, and all of a sudden the Nets are on fire. 3 straight possessions that have ended in a Bryce Canyon City three. Scott, an open look inside, but that one doesn't fall. Valley with the chance to take the lead. House over to Chamberlain. Just hit one, can't hit it again, and Rich will let this one sail out of bounds. Let's send it over to Mark Tebbs for our sideline report.
Thanks, guys. Just sitting in, listening to the Rich bench talk. They came out of a timeout. Coach says, keep pushing the ball. It's going to pay off in the end. So they're trying to push up, get those transition buckets to get things going in the game.
Thanks, Mark. That is the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games sideline report. Go to utahsummergames.org to register today. Lundgren attacks inside, and he's going to be called for some extra steps. Just got a little sped up.
It's impressive to see how he feels the momentum shift in favor of Valley, and it's, hey, it's my turn. I need to go get a bucket. And this second quarter has been fantastic. Like you said, 8 points in the second quarter. That one a little overzealous, but you wonder when the battle comes down to it, can House or Lundgren have the most impact? And both of them are certainly trying their best right now.
And there goes House on the other side. It was a great finish, but the foul was on the ground before.
NBA continuation.
Absolutely. Are you more in favor of the NBA continuation or the high school continuation?
I think high school's good, or else you're going to get a lot of crazy finishes that aren't necessarily basketball.
House steps back this time for three and misses. Lundgren trying to push, but throws it too far ahead of Jet Holmes. It's a turnover going back to Valley.
There's a 9-2 run from Rich that upped the lead up to 4, and you felt Rich has momentum. Have hit a couple threes, and those buckets by Chamberlain were enormous to stop momentum. And now you feel that Valley has control of the tempo of this game.
Chamberlain with the ball, trying to go at Weston Baird. Dumps it down to Holden Harris, and there's going to be a foul called. Just the third Rich team foul of the quarter. And, with these games, they're a lot shorter than, the NBA or college games, and so those runs can be much more impactful. If you break open a 10-0 run, it's a lot trickier for a team to come back. So that's why it's so important for a team to answer when you can sense a change in momentum to answer that call. Chamberlain, a beautiful jumper, a tough jumper, gives Valley the lead. Chamberlain has 7 in the quarter.
And he's got the last 8.
Lundgren trying to split the defense. Can't. Valley getting physical up top, and Lundgren takes some more contact on the drive. Lundgren looking for somewhere to go. He goes to Scott up top. Cross-court pass over to Holmes. Oh, great look at it, 3, and he knocks it down to give the Rebels the lead back.
And that ended a 10-3 run from Valley, a big-time 3, and the first points in a while from someone other than Ridge Lundgren, who assisted that bucket.
Oh, a beautiful pass from House to Harris, and he made an extra pass over to Hogan Harris, who missed. I thought Holden could have gone up with that. Scott, an open look for 3. That rims out. We've seen him rim out on about 3 or 4 of those.
A little extra arc. Maybe the college three-point line's throwing him off. He was behind the college three-point line. Can take a few steps in, get a little extra arc on that. And if he hits a couple of these, Rich has to feel great about their chances.
House in the corner to Hogan, who misses. Ball batted around, and Lundgren comes down with it. Coach Cornea signals for 1 shot. And that's something that you'll see when these players get into these gyms that have multiple three-point lines. It's easy for them to, just go back behind the furthest one, which makes it a little trickier on them. As a timeout is called, we will go to break on 1A State Championship Basketball, brought to you by Lamb Excavating on KSL Sports.
And come adventure with Rome Outdoor Adventure Company with locations in Kanab, Orderville, Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park, and Escalante. We can find the perfect adventure for you and your family. UTVs, slot canyons, horse rides, fishing via ferratas, and so much more. Now renting Jeep Gladiators and Ford Broncos for daily and multi-day rentals. Come roam with us. Book on our website www.roamoutdoor.com.
Welcome back from the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. State Bank of Southern Utah, where local decisions produce better results. Rich clinging on to a 2-point lead. Under 20 seconds left in the second quarter. It's been an exciting first half. 8 on the clock. They try to go up to Lundgren with a lob. They can't. Holden, not Holden, it's Payson, who tries to cast off from half court and can't connect. That will do it for the first half of state championship basketball. Brought to you by Penguich Truck Show on KSLSports.com.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The ice ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysin.com.
Welcome out to the SUU halftime report. It's Rich who takes the 29-27 lead into the break. But really, I think the largest lead was maybe 4 for Rich.
Yeah, I got 23-19, so you're absolutely right. 4 points. That was in the midst of a 9-2 run, and then quickly Chamberlain had 8 straight points of his own, which led to a 1-point lead for Valley. So you've really never seen either team go on an extended run. You talked about the importance of extended runs, Tyler, and there wasn't one due to the incredible resilience of both sides in this game. And Rich Lundgren has played some great basketball, a little inefficient initially, and then he took over in the second quarter. Really impressed with him.
Yeah, and you look at the other side for Valley, Amari House. He's their star, and he really just hasn't looked for his shot too often. It's not like he only has 4 points, but he had a good first half because of the way he was distributing the ball. Do you think they'll look to get him a little bit more involved shooting the ball in the second half?
I do. I think the biggest weapon he possesses is his three-pointer. You saw that one pull-up three, and it rattled in and out, and you saw the confidence, the bravado to take that shot early in the game. Not many have. And we talked to both coaches, and he was highlighted as a guy that if he gets going, watch out. And so I think there was a concerted effort to try to contain him, make him pass the rock a little bit. And he did that. He put, you pick your poison with a great player, and he passed the ball, made the right play. I think he'll be a little more aggressive in the second half.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Cornea mentioned, was trying to limit him getting going from the outside. That will do it for the SUU halftime report. SUU is where you soar. Check them out at suu.edu.
Mornings are busy. Breakfasts to make, lunches to pack, kids to get out the door. I didn't think I could add anything else to my plate. But my online business was growing, and I knew I needed the skills to take it further. That's when I found Southern Utah University. With the flexibility and support SUU offers, I can fit classes around my life, earning my degree while still being there for my family. Because at SUU...
Welcome back out for the second portion of the SUU halftime report as we watch the Valley cheerleaders. Looking at the stats, you see 5 offensive rebounds for Rich. Was a big thing. They had, not sure exactly how many second chance points, but we saw, a couple possessions to start the second quarter that led to that. But Valley did a much better job as the second quarter went on at limiting those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, well, the other thing that stands out to me is we talked about it going to break is Harris was passing the ball. He only has 3 assists here, but he got so many great looks. But if you told me he only had 4 points, I'd probably feel like Rich is leading by more points than just 2. So you got to feel very happy about Chamberlain, 4 of 7 from the field, 10 points, and 8 in that surge we talked about. So huge performance from Valley, and the 12 and 10 is definitely not indicative of how well they're playing.
Yeah, and just 4 shot, or for Amari House, just 2 shot attempts, or 5 shot attempts for him. Sorry, that's the 3-point field goal attempts. And that will do it for the SUU halftime report. SUU is where you soar. Check them out at suu.edu.
Shan Thompson and Trevor are your local source for storage containers. New, used, and customized units available for delivery or pickup. Call or text us at 435-69-00269. Wishing all teams a safe and enjoyable tournament.
From humble beginnings to major discoveries in genetics, medicine, computer science, engineering, and every other corner of campus. It's been a remarkable 175 years, and we are still climbing.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Scott Saby, along with the town board and the elected officials of the city of Woodruff, want to wish the Rich Rebels good luck in sports, academics, and all they do in life. Good luck, Rebels.
Enhance your farm's productivity with Aero AG Solutions advanced spray drones. Aero AG specializes in custom aerial application of pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, seed, and more. Call Logan Lefevre at 435-690-9819.
You can bike, hike, and ski. You can research, discover, and invent. The University of Utah is a place where you can make an impact at altitude, like pioneering a retinal surgery robot, restoring eyesight, student-created robotics to explore the moon, or advancing MRI-guided focused ultrasound to significantly reduce hand tremors in patients. Yes, our mountains are high, and so are our aspirations.
Archie's, food to die for, located in Orderville, Utah, home to the world-famous Fab Rats Burger and the best chicken fingers anywhere. Stacy and her friendly staff are happy to serve you the best meal in town. You can't go wrong at Archie's Food to Die For in Orderville.
Bear Diesel Repair is located in Orderville, Utah. Need that oil changed or that engine tuned up? Give Tyler a call for all of your service and repair needs. Wishing the Buffaloes the best in the postseason.
For over 60 years, Brown Brothers Construction has been building strong foundations for our communities. We move dirt, we build roads, and we take pride in work done right. That same commitment is on display from the 1A athletes competing in the 2026 region and state championship tournaments. Your grit, determination, and teamwork inspire us every day. Brown Brothers Construction is proud to support you. Best of luck. Keep paving your road to victory.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Bear Lake home ownership starting at $139,000. Call Gary McKee with Bear Lake Realty, 435-757-6430.
Brinkerhoff Custom Cuts is now open and taking your animals, whether it's wild game or your choice, farm-raised, beef, pork, or sheep. Call TJ. He and his mobile trailer can come to you, or he has a fantastic kill facility in Tropic, Utah. TJ will process your animal in a fast, professional way. You can trust Brinkerhoff Custom Cuts.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.gov.
Welcome back into the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth. Warmth you can rely on, powered by family, fueled by trust. I'm Tyler Gibb with Leaf Tulane, Elizabeth Ahlstrom, our producer, Tyson Brinkerhoff on stats. We should be set for a good one. It's the 1-8 matchup. Rich comes in as the 1 seed. They were the 1 seed a year ago, too, and lost in the state championship to Panguitch. But Valley, they play in that tough Region 20, and so the teams kind of beat up on each other throughout the year, so it kind of knocks them around the RPI. You know, they could be a lot higher. It just happens to be where their seed fell, and so it's a tough draw for Rich, and it's also a tough draw for Valley to get the 1 seed.
Yeah, it's not your typical quarterfinal with the 1 seed involved, and it's not that Rich hasn't played like a 1 seed.
Valley starts with the first possession of this second half. Amari House from long range, too strong. Rebound brought in by Payson, out to Keenan. A good move, takes some contact, goes around, no good, and Grohl and Holden Harris fight for the rebound. It will be a tie-up that goes to Rich.
House put on a headband and said, I'm going to shoot some shots this half, and that first one missed. But we talked about, does he try to be aggressive in the second half after only 5 shot attempts? And the answer from the early going is yes.
And he is one of those guys that he doesn't need a lot to get him going, so he can heat up quickly. Scott attacks baseline back out to Fonsbeck. Holmes thought about a 3 up top. 15 on the shot clock. Lundgren calls for a screen. He gets it from Grohl. Takes it back out, looks to attack, stops. A pivot out to Holmes for 3. Gets the friendly roll. Jet Holmes with the Bryce Canyon City 3. It was good defense from Valley for about 30 seconds, and you know it was a good look, not a great look. Holmes just able to knock it down. And a great look inside. Payson Harris finds Weston Baird. Tipped out of bounds. It will go back to Valley, so they force a turnover.
And that's 11 for Rich.
House looks to attack. They work it around Chamberlain, an open look in the corner, and he buries it. We're all knotted up at 32. Keenan Chamberlain.
13 for Chamberlain, and that crucial 8 to keep the game within reach. And you're seeing this become a true battle in the quarters.
Neither team can create any sort of separation. When it looks like they might start to, the other team answers back. Lundgren pulls it back out. Surveys, goes inside to Fonsbeck, a spin move on Holden, and Fonsbeck gets it to drop. That was a tough move inside. Holden Harris is not easy to go up against, and Fonsbeck, he made it look that way.
He had a tough half in the first half, a huge response there by Fonsbeck to get some extra offense from the interior.
Keenan Chamberlain is in his bag. Lundgren kicks it back out to Scott. Fonsbeck for 3. Off the back iron. He follows his own miss. Second chance opportunity for Rich. Lundgren squares up off the dribble, too strong, and a good rebound chased down by Weston Baird. He took a bump from Scott. Let's send it over to Mark Tebbs with our Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games sideline report.
Thanks, Tyler. At halftime, I was able to catch up with Coach Cornea from the Rich Rebels. Kind of just asked him how he felt, where he was at. He thinks felt like it was too close, not enough of a lead coming out of the second half. Wants to look to cut down on the turnovers and keep pushing the ball to get things going here in the second.
Thanks, Mark, for that.
Guys, thanks.
Larry H. Miller, Utah Summer Games sideline report. Go to utahsummergames.org to register today. All knotted up at 34. Lundgren, the leader of this Rich offense. A strong move inside, takes some contact, and it was Chamberlain who came in underneath him. Ridge will go to the line for 2.
It's a great response from Lundgren. Sends his momentum slightly towards Valley, asserts himself, gets downhill, and gets a high-quality shot, which sends him to the free throw line.
Chamberlain took a tough hit there. He walking with a little bit of a limp back over to talk to his coaches, but he'll be fine staying on the floor as the First free throw is good at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Visit them at 159 North Main in Panguitch. Lundgren, a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Holden looks to attack on Lundgren. Tough shot, great defense by Ridge, but he gets it to go.
I'd like to see him establish himself a little more. He was great the early going, and there is a great outlet pass.
House on the fast break. He takes a bump, and he fell down in a little bit of pain. He was grabbing his side. A technical foul was just called on somebody from Valley. They pointed in the direction of House, but there was 3 Buffaloes there, and Coach Hoyt is wondering what's going on. They call it on, I believe, Payson. Yeah, Payson Harris got a technical foul. I didn't see what he did. Did you see anything?
I did not. I was watching House as he fell. Like you noted, it was his hip.
I don't know if he said something to a Rebel after the contact to House.
And importantly, that's his 3rd personal.
So House will shoot the 2 free throws for the contact that he took on the layup attempt, and then we'll go to the other end, and Rich will shoot the 2 technical free throws and then get the ball. That fast break was our Henry's drive-in fast break. Have you had your chubby cheeseburger today? House was perfect 2 for 2 on that trip, and Lundgren will take the technical free throws for Rich on the other side. Here's a look at that replay as House goes in. He takes the contact, and then you see Payson. It looks like he just gave a little nudge to Fonsbeck with his elbow there and maybe said something. It wasn't a big shove by any means, but he did give a little bit of a nudge. So I would imagine he said something as well based on the contact.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it would be because we didn't see anything. We were watching within that same radius right by the stanchion where House fell. Effectively even right there. Instead of being a 2-point lead for Valley, it's even up as both star players knock down their free throws, and here's Lundgren.
Lundgren kicks out to Scott. He was 0 for 5 in the first half from 3. Can't get that one to go, but Lundgren fights for an extra possession, and he capitalizes to give Rich the 2-point lead.
Lundgren's got the last 6.
House goes back on the other side, so we're starting to see the Stars take over. Lundgren, an in-and-out move. Over to Holmes, and he knocks down the mid-range jumper. 2-point lead for Rich.
He's hit some big ones in this one. 6-2 run here, and Holmes and Lundgren have been very good in this second half.
Great find inside from House to Holden. Holden wasn't able to corral it entirely, but he got bumped. A great job by our production crew as well. Natalie able to pull that replay on that technical foul. Amari House in the corner for 3, too strong. And they're going to say that he took a bump from Jet Holmes, so he'll get 3 free throws.
And the biggest thing to me here, Tyler, is when a player's not shooting offensive foul they're calling.
Or a flop warning on Amari House. So the officials saw no contact, and House just fell over is what they call.
I was going to say the biggest thing is this could get him going from the free throw line because he hasn't seen many shots fall, but that is mitigated by the point of the flop warning.
Yeah, they blew the whistle and pointed to the corner, and House was on the ground, so it looked like they were going to call a foul, but it goes the other way with Rich, a chance to extend their lead. Ridge Lundgren for 3. He is on fire, up to 25.
That 9-2 run, Lundgren certainly at the center of it.
Amari drives in, takes some contact. They'll call it on the ground. What a performance by Ridge Lundgren today. He's a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line. He's hit 4 threes. He's been distributing. He's been attacking. That's what makes him so great is he's all around. Holden goes inside on Grohl, a strong move. Quickly the other way goes the Rebels. Weston inside to Holmes, who can't connect. Grohl fights for the second chance, and he's grabbed on the ground. It'll be baseline out of bounds. So we've seen that a couple times in the last few possessions. It's not just second chance opportunities. It's Valley will kind of grab the miss, and Rich just stays there to get their hands on it and creates another opportunity.
They played pressure early in this game and started to ease off, and you see a little more pressure defense, and it's benefited them as well as Ridge Lundgren taking over.
Scott for three in the corner. He finally sees one go through the nets, and he gives Rich a 6-point lead. That ties their largest of the day.
A 12-4 run opening up that gap.
Amari House from long range. He hasn't been able to connect from deep so far. Quickly the other way goes Baird. A side Euro step. He takes some contact, and we'll get 2 free throws for Aiden Weston.
And that's the 4th foul. The technical is going to loom large because it adds a personal, and that's his 4th. And when you're trailing, you need all your horses, and so you hope someone can step up, and just like Chamberlain did earlier for Valley. Valley certainly feeling the pressure now.
Aiden Weston knocks down the first Legacy Ace Hardware free throw. Second free throw is good by Weston. 6 for 6 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line is Rich in this quarter. Buffalo's trying to go inside. Amari House gets it. A good dump off to Holden, who goes up against 3 Rebel defenders and gets the contact.
Good sportsmanship from Scott in the baseline after Harris was kind of thrown to the side on that beautiful pick and roll. And Harris has been big in this third quarter, keeping Valley in it. They trail by 8, the game-high lead, courtesy of a 14-4 run. And we talk about it was a 2-point lead just a moment ago for Valley, and those technical free throws kind of started a run for Rich Lundgren and the Rich Rebels.
Yeah, that was a big call and a big moment for them to make, because Valley had just got the fast break. House was going to go to the free throw line, and then he made both, but then Ridge got 2 on the other end, plus possession.
That was at 38-36, and boy, have the tides shifted since. 2-3 zone.
Ridge leading Rich to a 6-point lead. Scott takes some contact from Amari House. That's the 5th team foul on Valley.
1 and 1. Oh, 2 shots, excuse me. Watching too much college basketball right now.
They changed. I believe they changed the high school rule just like 2 years ago to no more 1 and 1. But honestly, Rich today, they don't need. It doesn't matter if it's 1 and 1 or not. They've been knocking down all their free throws.
And the announcer jinx, they're impervious to it, Tyler.
I know who I'm talking to. I can get away with it with Rich. Eight-point deficit for Valley. House tries to circle the pass inside to Holden. He comes away with it. A good dump off. Counted and the foul. Weston Baird will get a chance at a 3-point play.
Beautiful and selfish play from Harris. Harris is beyond his years in terms of understanding, hey, I don't have this, let's pass it to someone else. A lot of big guys just try to power in when they're the biggest guy on the court. He's had beautiful extra passes all night.
We've seen that from kind of some of the 2 top options for Valley, Holden and Amari House, creating for their teammates. And a great play from Lundgren to fly in from the other side and force a turnover.
That was a spectacular play, streaking back from beyond half court to deflect it. Not only deflect it, but save it off of a defender, off of a Valley player. And that's a big momentum shifter, because if that ball gets to House, it's an open 3.
And it was a chance at a 4 or 5 point possession for Valley. So Lundgren saves that. Connor Smith will check into the game as Weston Baird will take a breather.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and that was an underrated play right there from Lundgren.
And there's not many guys that can fly in that quick to force that turnover. Lundgren, he thought he kept the pivot foot still. The officials didn't, so it's a travel call.
And that's the second one he's been on the receiving end of what I think is a difficult call because he kept his pivot down. First one may be a little questionable. That one, I think Lundgren's in the right.
It's always hard when a guy gets spinning around because, you know, how if their foot moves an inch, are you going to call it? Or, like, how much leeway do you give them there? House, no good on the jumper.
A 2-for-1 was the idea there. Quick shot with 5 seconds between shot and game clock.
Scott will settle back up for Rich. He senses this could be a big possession if they can build that lead or if Valley can get a stop. Scott short on the miss. Rebound brought down by Hogan Harris. And a chance for Valley to chip away. House goes at Lundgren. Attacks inside, gets it poked away. Out to Chamberlain, 5 on the clock. Chamberlain's got to go up with it soon. Off-balance shot, good defense by Lundgren. And Rich will take a 6-point lead into the final 8 minutes of state championship basketball by Ruby's Inn.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race is scheduled for the second Saturday in July.
Saddle up for the 10th annual Bryce Canyon Mule Days in Tropic, May 3rd through 9th. Join us in breathtaking Red Rock Country for a week of trail rides, entertainment, fundraising, competition, and camaraderie. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com.
In today's world, human connection can easily pass us by. Developing teens are especially vulnerable to feelings of loneliness and lack of connection. So slow down. Talk to them about their feelings. Help them feel safe and supported. Even a few minutes of daily conversation can make a lifetime of difference. Get tips on family connection for healthy futures at letschat.utah.gov.
Welcome back into the Blackburn Propane broadcast booth. It's time for fourth quarter action on 1A state championship basketball. Kind of an offensive explosion there for Rich in that third quarter. They had 23 points, a lot of it coming from the free throw line.
They finished on a 16-6 run, opening up a 6-point gap between the two sides.
Chamberlain goes baseline inside to Holden. Holden outside to Payson for 3. Off the mark. Ooh, and a lot of contact chasing it down. Weston Baird got knocked to the ground. No call.
I like the no call there. It was a box out, shielding them off from the baseline.
It was a good hustle play from Weston, but yeah, I think it was Weston Baird and Aiden Weston that were both involved in the play.
Zone defense here from Valley trying to switch it up, keep Lundgren out of the paint.
Oh, a great move by Lundgren, and that's an easy finish. A tough finish that he makes look easy.
And they did not keep him out of the paint. That was the idea behind the zone, but he was able to penetrate with ease, and he's up to 27.
Chamberlain too strong. Can sense a big minute or two here on both sides to see if Valley can slow down Rich, and a good job of staying straight up by Holden. Weston over to Keenan, a great look. A big shot off the mark, batted around. Weston Baird gets the rebound and takes the foul.
Weston Baird's that glue guy you need on every team. Gets a lot of loose balls, hustles, scores on the baseline. They need one of those big shots that Chamberlain had in that second quarter to keep them within reach. Valley's in desperate need of a big momentum swing, a couple 3 balls, as Rich is getting what they want more easily on offense.
Payson inbound is batted around, chased down by Weston Baird. House rejects a Holden screen, takes it inside. Count it, and the foul. He finishes through contact. Big play from Amari House to try to swing the momentum back to Valley's side.
Huge play, cuts the deficit to 6, and he's got a chance to make a free throw. Maybe he set up some pressure.
Timeout taken by Coach Hoyt. We'll take one as well on state championship basketball by Southern Utah University on KSLSports.com.
For all your residential and commercial plumbing needs, contact Color Country Plumbing. Specializing in new construction, call today, 435-231-3950. Wishing all of Region 20 success in the postseason.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Welcome back from the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. Experience the difference of hometown baking at State Bank of Southern Utah. Here's a look back at that Amari House drive and finish through contact. He's got a three-point play at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. He knocks it down, so the lead is cut to just 5 for Rich. Lundgren hands off to Holmes. Lundgren inside to Grohl. Oh, a great find. It's Fonsbeck who's cutting baseline and gets the 2.
Timely basket and beat the zone there. Valley shifted into a zone trying to take away penetration, yet layups on both possessions against the zone.
House cross court to Chamberlain. Chamberlain takes a holding screen, finds some space, but it was Aiden Weston who got his hand in to knock it loose.
Great play by Weston on the weak side. Got his hand in there and blocked what would have been a layup.
And we have our Fab Rats winner. The question was who was most likely to get bleeped out in a video of the 5, and it was Dustin Shakespeare who sent in the correct answer first. The correct answer was Grandma Lawley. So, Dustin, you will be entered to win the Fab Rats swag package at the end of the tournament. House tries to find Chamberlain cutting to the basket, and he can't. It goes out of bounds.
A little bit too complicated there. It was a 2-on-1 break, and he tried to wrap it around with some English, the left-hand pass, and led Chamberlain just a touch too far.
Lundgren brings it up. He's working on 27 points, his 10th 20-point game of the season. Crosses over Chamberlain, a spin move. Rich works it around. Aiden Weston back to Lundgren. He'll square up for 3, for 30. He buries it, and he looks at his bench and said, I've got this one.
And he did. He knew that that was his time. Got to the paint, couple pivots, didn't like what he saw, caught the ball, clock ticking down, and drained it.
His 4th 30-point game of the season. Payson too strong on the 3. Fonsbeck grabs the miss, and with under 5 to play, Rich leads by 10, the largest lead of the day. Timeout by Rich. Coach Cornea wants to talk things over. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Ruby's Inn on TeamHive.live.
Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation and market downturns? We are the Ag Experts. Our team specializes in PRF insurance, LRP insurance, and ranch insurance. Give Chad a call today to learn how you can protect your calf check from the market downturns and your livestock range from drought. Don't get caught at the bottom of the cycles. Choose the experts. Choose us, your agriculture insurance specialists. Call Chad Lyman with Tyler Jeffs and Associates at 435-633-5981.
Celebrating over 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball. Providing quality concrete to Paiute, Kane, Garfield, and Wayne counties, the mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best around.
Hey Mom, I'm going to Sydney.
Hello? What about the fridge?
the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. Thanks for choosing to keep your money local, helping support and build our community. Out of the timeout, Rich works it around. Lundgren working on 30 points. Gets a screen from Holmes, squares up, off the mark. Fonsbeck provides a second chance, and that's a big rebound for Rich. Nearly picked off by Chamberlain.
And they're trying to slow it down here, Tyler. They don't need to rush.
And Fonsbeck had about as good a look as he could ask for, and he missed it, and it goes out of bounds off of him. And you're right, sometimes, Valley will start to try to jump passing lanes, and so if you just slow it down, you can lead to open baskets like that. Valley and Coach Hoyt want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout as well. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Triple T Trucking on KSLSports.com.
Darkling Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs. Call us 800-747-5403.
Glendale Town wants to wish the Valley Buffaloes success. If you're passing through on your way to Bryce Canyon or Zion, stop in and enjoy the Glendale Apple Festival. Welcome home to Glendale.
JB Clough Livestock would like to wish the Valley Buffaloes the best of luck during the region and state tournaments. Go Buffaloes!
No matter where life leads you as a Valley Buffalo, always remember that all roads lead home to the town of Orderville, wishing the Buffaloes success in the tournaments.
Welcome back out to Salt Lake Community College. We are back from that State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. House inside, gets it swatted away by Lundgren. And Valley fights back for it. House for three. Off the back iron, Chamberlain comes away with the miss. Spins, and that catches nothing but air. But a foul is going to be called on Ridge Lundgren, so it will stay with Valley.
Fortunately, a couple chances there. House forced that first layup. Had a good look at the three, just unlucky, and then great rebound from Chamberlain. Had a open Harris in the corner, and they're fortunate to get another possession, but they're starting to race against time with 3:52 to go.
Yeah, it seems like it's been Rich that's hit the big shots in this second half, and Valley, they've had some opportunities for him. They haven't been able to connect, and a turnover there won't help Valley's chances either. Aiden Weston in the corner for three, no good. Keenan Chamberlain grabs the rebound and just throws it up towards midcourt, but nobody's there except for Ridge Lundgren.
What a hustle play from Baird.
Yeah, we've seen Baird on the floor quite a bit in the second half.
Diving stop to deflection. You don't see that too frequently on a basketball court. Maybe on a soccer pitch right there, like a goalkeeper sprawling out to save it.
Nearly got an extra possession for Valley. Holmes inbounds to Scott. Lundgren's working on 30 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, 7 rebounds. It's knocked out of bounds off Valley.
A lot of ball pressure coming. You got to go to the Dean Smith four corners offense here. Slow it down, but the shot clock's on this year. New addition to Utah basketball in recent years, and that'll speed the game up in the final moments here.
Helps out teams like Valley in these comeback attempts. It's a good addition. It's a good thing they added it. Open look for Aiden Weston. Too strong. Holden Harris grabs the miss, launches it up court. He's got Payson, who's got a layup. So a great play by Holden to see the streaking Payson. And now Weston Baird fights for a rebound or a steal. can't come up with it. That could have been a big opportunity for Valley. Rich is able to steal it back, and Ridge will slow things back out up top.
Body's flying everywhere out here.
Holmes, he was thinking about the shot, and he didn't quite grab the ball. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you could see the lifted the eyes to the hoop, just like you said, Tyler. And pressure does strange things, makes you nervous, makes you drop balls you should catch, and Valley's certainly not giving up here. Credit to them, making Rich earn this victory, leading by 8 with 2:30 to go.
House goes at Lundgren. Back to Holden at the free throw line. Baird attacks, back to Holden. He's got an open look, too strong. Payson comes in for a big offensive rebound, but he throws it away, and who else but Ridge Lundgren there to take it. And what hands by Amari House. House back the other way, and he gives it right back. So 3 straight turnovers. Both teams, it looked like it was going to be a big steal, and neither could capitalize, but it's Rich who comes up with it at the end.
Frenetic action either way, and how big that could have been for Valley. House the steal numbers. It was a 3-on-1. He tried to get the layup for Harris, and reading it beautifully was the defense, intercepting the dump-off pass.
And you have to wonder if that's, does Amari House need to be a little bit more selfish in those situations? We've seen him hit those dump-off passes a lot, but maybe Rich has caught up to it. And Coach Cornea will take a timeout for Rich on state championship basketball. That replay a little bit ago of Holden finding Payson Harris for the
Why did
two.
I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
Welcome to Base Camp, Southern Utah's launch point and home of the free to wander, where you stay to go. Over coral pink clouds of sand to 3 national parks, through hidden walkways and otherworldly landscapes, where you can pump the brakes or punch the gas. Base Camp Kanab. Stay here to go anywhere.
Welcome back from the State Bank of Southern Utah timeout. State Bank is proud to support the future leaders of our community. Rich holds an 8-point lead, 1:47 left in this fourth quarter. The winner of this will go on to play Panguitch, which if it is Rich, that would be a rematch of last year's state championship game in which Panguitch won. So you have to imagine Rich would be eager to play Panguitch if they get that chance.
And that's 5.
So Payson Harris will foul out.
He's got another year. He's a junior.
Never want to see a career end on a foul out like that. Although they'll keep playing.
A 136,
tomorrow.
plenty of time. They got plenty of time to win this game, whether consolation or not. They've got plenty of time. They've forced turnovers, and that's something that you need to be able to force turnovers, and they've forced plenty of them.
And a few of them have been with 30-ish seconds on the shot clock when Rich gets a steal, and then they try to go on the fast break.
And that was a closer call than it seems, because I didn't think that got deflected, but no vociferous arguments the other way. So one guy you don't want to foul.
Just the second team foul for Valley. So still a little bit of ways to go before Rich is shooting free throws, but each time it happens, the shot clock resets, so you almost have to start playing the foul game. And you wonder if that's what Coach Hoyt told them in that last huddle as they foul again.
That's true. The shot clock resetting is the danger, especially when you have such a low foul count right now. And that was called before the shot, so it's just the third team foul, but yet again, the shot clock resets, baseline out of bounds.
And Weston Baird has now fouled out. So 2 Buffaloes have now fouled out in the last 20 seconds. Lundgren, a corner 3. Why not? When you're that hot, it doesn't matter the time or the score. You may as well just keep making them.
I was shocked he shot as great a performance as he's put together. That's 33 points. But you know you're leading by that much. If you play quickly with 35 on the clock, you got to hit it, and boy, did he.
It's a shot when you're the coach. He shoots it, and you go, wait, don't do it, and then he makes it, and you're all right. Well, I'm sure they'll have a talk about that after the game. They'll figure out what to do in the future.
I mean, that's a staple inbounds play. The best shooter on the team inbounds the top, comes off a little screen to the corner, and hits the 3. But you don't expect to run it when you have 80 seconds left in the game, leading by 8 at that point.
Lundgren will get called for the foul. Lundgren has 4 30-point games this season. His career high was 37 versus Tintic on January 31st. So he's 4 points away from tying his career high. Maybe he knows that.
The free throw game could help him here. A couple fouls coming from Valley.
Amari House at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. He's been a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. It's been a little bit of a slower day for Amari, but he's still, worked his way to 12 points. Amari fell to our jinx. That's our fault on the miss, but.
I mean, they were impervious, but you said it. Only Rich is impervious to the Tyler Gibb jinx. Next team fouls 2 free throws, and they're running the football out of bounds.
Rich gets it in. Scott across the timeline. He gets bumped, and he'll go to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Valley's now in the bonus. If you're just joining us or missed the first half or earlier in the game, it was really back and forth. Nobody could create any separation. Rich led by 1 after the first quarter and by 2 at halftime, and then they got out to a 6-point lead at the end of 3, and the fourth quarter is really where they've finally been able to pull away thanks to Ridge Lundgren. Carter Scott goes a perfect 2 for 2 at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. House from deep still can't find his range. Tie-up will be called. Possession favors Rich.
And House has had a tough day from 3. We talked to both coaches, and they brought up how Rich wanted him to not hit 3s. They'd rather him drive than shoot 3s, and so far he has not hit 3s.
Just one of those, sometimes you run into one of those days where you just can't get it to go. And when you get in a situation like this, it's been tough for Valley to come back because Rich, they haven't flinched at the free throw line. They're 16 for 18 on the day. And Ridge Lundgren, he has been perfect. He's 7 for 7 so far. Make it 8 for 8, and now up to 34 points. Nine for 9 from the free throw line, and 35 points for Ridge Lundgren.
Since that technical foul, it's been a 30-14 run, and that game, we could talk about a turning point. That seems like a big one to me.
That was a big turning point. Really, you didn't feel like any team necessarily had a total advantage as Holden gets in for 2. But it was, nobody could pull away. And then Valley, if anything, it looked like they had a little bit of the momentum. It happened on a Henry's drive-in fast break. Amari House got fouled, and Payson Harris picked up a technical foul for Valley. Shot clock turned off, so Rich can dribble this one out. And it looks like they'll do that as Ridge gets chased around. He'll finish with 35 points, 2 shy of his career high.
You know he wanted them to call a foul, Tyler, and tie that career high.
He was hoping Valley would send him back to the free throw line. And that will do it for this quarterfinal. Rich 66, Valley 54. Stick around for our post-game report, brought to you by Ruby's Inn after this.